Most people wake up, head to work, pay a few bills and repeat, day in, day out. Month after month, year after year, it turns into a rhythm, familiar, predictable. So much so that we stop noticing it. We stop asking why. But deep down, we know something's off. Because surviving isn't the same as living. You're not broke because you're lazy. You're broke because no one taught you the true purpose of money. That ends today. Here on The Wealthy Edge, we don't just talk about money. We break down how the wealthy think, build, and preserve wealth across generations. And if that's the kind of shift you're ready for, then hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications, because every week we go deeper into the mindsets and strategies that separate the rich from everyone else. Now let's get into it. Most of us grow up with a pretty basic idea about money. We think its purpose is straightforward: pay the bills, keep the lights on, cover the groceries, and maybe if we're lucky, set aside a little savings for emergencies or future plans. That's the common mindset many of us carry through adulthood. But here's the catch: this way of thinking keeps you locked in survival mode. It's a constant cycle of reacting to whatever financial pressure comes your way. Unexpected expenses, bills, debts, always trying to catch up, but never quite getting ahead. You're busy staying afloat, but not building anything lasting. Even those in the middle class who might seem a step ahead are often still stuck in this loop. They manage their debt, keep a good credit score, maybe invest a bit, and feel like they're winning. But the truth is, that's not true wealth. It's just a slightly polished version of the same struggle, dressed up to look like progress. The middle class often believes that avoiding financial disaster and maintaining stability is the ultimate goal, but in reality, it's just a nicer cage. The wealthy think about money in a completely different way. They don't see it as just something to accumulate, hoard, or even simply spend on luxuries. Instead, they view money as a powerful tool, an instrument of creation. Money, to them, is like a seed. When planted and nurtured correctly, it doesn't just grow a tree, it builds entire systems. These systems work for them, generating ongoing streams of income, creating freedom to spend time as they choose, and building influence that extends beyond just personal gain. Wealth isn't about having piles of cash sitting idle. It's about using money strategically to create structures that continue to generate value and opportunity, often without direct daily effort. When you shift your perspective and stop seeing money as the finish line or the goal itself, you open the door to something much bigger. You begin to use it as a resource to build, invest, and multiply, turning financial resources into pathways that lead to freedom, growth, and power. That's when you step off the treadmill of survival and into the world of true wealth. It's not just about what you have today, but about the legacy and freedom you create for tomorrow. Picture your financial life like a house. For most people, there's only one window open: the income window. This usually means a job or a paycheck, money coming in regularly but from just one source. It's steady, but limited. Now imagine that money immediately rushing straight out through another window, the bills window. Rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, insurance, and all the monthly expenses drain that income quickly, leaving little room to build anything lasting. The middle class often opens one more window, the debt window. They finance their lifestyle with loans, cars, credit cards, mortgages, even vacations they can't really afford. This creates the illusion of success. On the outside, it looks like progress. On the inside, it's still money flowing out, often faster than it comes in. But the wealthy, they build a very different kind of window, one that most people never even notice or open. This is the income-producing asset window, or IPA. This window isn't about immediate gratification. It's about planting seeds that grow slowly and steadily over time. At first, the IPA window might feel invisible or even frustrating. You invest your time, energy, and money into assets like rental properties, stocks, businesses, or intellectual property. And it seems like nothing much is happening. The cash flow might be small or non-existent in the beginning. Most people give up at this stage. They expect quick wins, fast returns, or instant results, and when they don't see them, they retreat back to the safety of their paycheck. But the wealthy understand that this early phase is all about delayed gratification. They know the seed has been planted beneath the soil, and though it's hidden now, it's growing roots, building strength. Then, eventually, that IPA window begins to open wider. It starts to pay you at first a little, then more, and eventually enough to replace your day job entirely. Your assets begin to generate income that pays your bills, funds your lifestyle, and frees up your time. And that's not just money flowing in, it's freedom flowing in. Freedom from the paycheck to paycheck cycle. Freedom to choose how you spend your time. Freedom to live life on your terms. That's where real wealth begins. Now, let's clear up a major misconception that holds so many people back. Saving money is not the same thing as building wealth. Most people focus on accumulation. They believe the key to financial security is simply piling up savings, stashing away cash, watching a bank balance grow, and thinking that a bigger number means progress. But here's the hard truth. Money that just sits still is slowly dying. Inflation quietly eats away at its value, year after year. What seems like a safe nest egg is actually shrinking in purchasing power. That savings account, it's not a safety net. It's a trap in disguise, offering false comfort while potential slips through your fingers. The wealthy know better. They don't chase static piles of cash. They chase cash flow, money that keeps flowing in consistently, regardless of whether they're actively working or not. Think of money like water. A stagnant pool becomes toxic over time. It breeds mosquitoes, disease, and decay. But a flowing river, it's vibrant. It nourishes everything it touches. And here's an even clearer picture. The Dead Sea has inlets, but no outlets. Water flows in, but it never flows out. And because of that, nothing can survive in it. It's lifeless. In contrast, the Sea of Galilee receives water and then gives it away. Water flows in and flows out, and it thrives. Life flourishes there. Money is no different. If it doesn't move, it dies. You don't want a pile of money just sitting there for you to admire. You want a system, an ecosystem of income-producing assets that keeps paying you again and again and again. That's not just wealth you manage. That's wealth that manages you. It funds your life, protects your time, and gives you the freedom to live on your own terms. That's the real goal. Not accumulation, but circulation. So here's the real test. Can your wealth outlive you? That's the difference between income and legacy. I know a guy who wrote a book in 2006. He earns up to $18,000 a month from it, to this day. He wrote another in 2021 that one brings in $35,000 to $70,000 monthly. Work done once, money that flows forever. This is the concept of cash perpetuation. Not just earning, but building something that keeps earning after you're gone. True generational wealth isn't an amount. It's a system that keeps producing, even when you no longer can. Let's bring it all together. If you want to escape the grind, you need to stop thinking like a worker and start thinking like a builder. Build assets that pay you. Create cash flow that doesn't depend on your time. Design a system that keeps going, even when you stop. This is how freedom is created. This is how legacies are built. And this is what the wealthy edge is all about. So here's what I want you to do. Hit subscribe right now if you're serious about breaking the cycle. Turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. And if this video sparked something in you, if it gave you a new lens to see money through, drop this in the comments. I'm building systems, not just savings, because that's the shift that changes everything. You've just taken the first step toward wealth that lasts. Now keep going.